Bulavinaka, I am Vijay Narayan. This is Fiji Village on record. With a lot of discussion underway on possible changes to the electoral system, the Chairman of the Electoral Commission, Justice Usaia Ratuvili, and the Supervisor of Elections, Mataiciwa, have recommended to the Constitution Review Commission that the Constitution provide for stability in election year by ensuring that any change to the electoral law made in election year does not take effect until after the general election, except where the Commission and the FEO are consulted and agree that earlier implementation is practicable. While making that submission, the Electoral Commission and the Fijian Elections Office say in the year before a general election, the resources of the electoral administration must be devoted to preparing for and conducting the poll, not to absorbing new laws, systems and procedures, and late changes undermine public confidence and the equal treatment of contestants. They state that a deferred commencement rule with a narrow consultation exception is more workable than a flat prohibition and reflects established international good practice that the fundamental elements of electoral law should not be open to amendment less than 1 year before an election. When Fiji Village News had earlier asked Mataiciwa about electoral changes during an election year, she said minor changes can be factored in after consultation, but no major policy changes that would also affect voter awareness and education. This was also stated during the Multinational Observer Group report after the 2022 general election. Now, in their submission, the Electoral Commission and the Fijian Elections Office also say that the date of a general election is presently within the discretion of the Prime Minister and the President on as little as about 6 weeks' notice for one of the largest logistical exercises Fiji undertakes. They say the Constitution already supplies a partial timetable, a 4-year term of Parliament, issue of the writ within 7 days of its expiry, close of nominations 14 days later, and polling within 30 days of the close of nominations. The Commission and the FEO recommend that the Constitution provide greater certainty over the timing of the election. For example, a deemed election date applying if the date is not announced within a set period before the latest lawful date. They say a deemed date would give the electoral administration certainty to plan while leaving the executive its discretion to call an earlier election. And there's more submissions and details announced. They have also recommended for change in the electoral system and the threshold, 5% threshold for qualification to be in Parliament to be lowered. We will have more details on that. Stay with us for all of that. For Fiji Village News, I'm Vijay Narayan.